Hello friends, welcome to EduFam International Academy, lead or led by. This program is especially designed for the students where they are going to unleash a superhero in them. As we all know, the students are the future leaders, but these leadership qualities should be inculcated in them while they are in the school or the college. The students' leadership matters, there is no doubt in it. When they are in the school or college, they have to enhance their personalities. If they enhance their personalities at the early stage, naturally that's going to help them in the later stage. And I know that there are students who displays the leadership qualities while in the school. You all must have observed this, that they will always be available to rise for the occasion, or they are the ones who are going to motivate others, or they are the ones who will always be working as a bridge between the management and the students. So these are the ones who are going to prepare themselves for the future roles, because tomorrow they are going to be the political leaders, they are going to be the leaders in medicine field, the leaders into health area, the leaders into education, the leaders into industry, the leaders in different walks of life. They are the ones who have to be ready to take up that role. And this is only possible when the educational leaders understand that this is their responsibility to nurture or to inculcate these leadership skills in the students. When we talk about student leader, so how we are going to recognize them in our school? You know, in the school there are so many students, but you will very easily identify them. How? First of all, you will see them taking the initiatives. They are the ones who will always be available for the occasions, whether it is sports or whether it is cultural programs or whether it is the class performance or whether it is the welcoming the guests, or maybe there is any event in the school. You will find them, they are the ones who are coming forward to take up the responsibility and take the initiatives. They are the ones who have good communication skills, because whenever you want them to speak, they are ready to speak. They don't hesitate for public speaking. They don't hesitate to express themselves. And sometimes you will find them that they are the ones who will be speaking when anything goes wrong in the school or in the management or in the system. They are the ones who raise the objections, and at times they are not being liked for this. But whether you like it or whether you don't like it, they are the ones who displays these type of qualities. So their communication skill is effective, and they know how to collaborate with the people, because they are the ones who will always form a group. They are the ones who can influence the other students with their actions, with their words, with their initiatives, and you will find that there are many fans for them among the students, maybe the juniors or their own classmates. So they are having always a group of people, they admire them, they love to collaborate with them, or they are the ones who take up the responsibility. They are ready to shoulder the responsibilities, whether it is the student's responsibility or the school responsibility, or to manage or maintain discipline. In every thing, whatever they are assigned, they are ready to take up the responsibility. And they have integrity as well. What they say, they do. What they intend, they do. So there is no discrepancies, or there is no differences between the actions or the words of these students' leaders. So these are certain qualities that has to be there in the students. If they don't have those qualities, it's our responsibility as leaders to inculcate those qualities in the leader students. Now coming to the role of the student leaders. Why we are emphasizing on this? Why it is essential to develop the student leaders? Yes, my dear friends, this is essential in all the educational institutions, because they are the ones who are going to bridge the gap between the students and the administration. They are the ones, they try to negotiate, or they try to discuss with the management and the students as well. If any new initiatives have been taken, or any new rules have been implemented. If we want to implement it successfully, then naturally we have to take the help and support of the student leaders, because they are the ones, they go to their student friends and there they discuss. I remember that once there was a problem in my school of haircut. You know, the children, they were having long hairs, and it was against the rules of the school, and we wanted them to trim the hair, but they were not ready to do that. And even the parents were supporting them. That surprisingly, it was really very like shocking for us that the parents were not ready to support the management, and they support their children and giving different excuses. Sometimes they will give the excuse of the tradition, this is our tradition. Sometimes they say that this is our ritual. Sometimes they take the name of the religion, that it is as per our religion. So especially when you are in the international setup, when you have the children from different religions, different regions, different nations, then these type of excuses you will find quite often. So the same thing happened, and I also came to know about that. Then we tried our level best to convince the parents, to convince the students also, but they were not ready to trim their hair. Then finally what happened, that we called the head boy of the school, and we asked the head boy that is it possible for you that first of all you should have the nice trimmed hair. Then since you know it was not purposefully, but his hair was like not nicely trimmed, it was little shabby. So he was quite embarrassed, and he said, yes ma'am, I know that it is just my carelessness that I have not trimmed it. Today I will go to salon and get it done. Then we asked him that okay, after doing that, will you help us and go to the students, those who have the long hairs, and try to motivate them and convince them that what are the benefits of having the short hair. Then he agreed upon, and you will not believe that it worked. Within that particular week, we found that hardly there were only 1 or 2 students, those who were very reluctant and their parents were very adamant. Only those 2 students were left, otherwise all other students, they have trimmed their hair. It was a great success for the school. So in this way, these students, they help us, the student leaders. They also advocate the students' need as well. You know, at times we overlook. It's not that purposely management, they don't want to fulfill the needs of the students. Management always tries to do that, but you know, sometimes we overlook. But since these are the students and they live with the students, they mingle with them, they discuss with them, they chit chat, and they know the what the students are saying at the back of the management. So they understand the things, and they come to us, to the management, and they advocate and they speak on behalf of other students if there is any requirement, any need or anything. And that is really great help. It is a great help, because sitting in our chambers or maybe having our own positions, we may not be able to reach to that level where the students are, and we won't be able to listen to their conversations. We won't be able to know each and everything what is happening among the students. But while taking the help of these students, it's going to be very helpful for us. And then they are the ones who inspire positive change. They are the ones who are the role models, and all the students, they look up. They look up at them, and they try to follow them, copy them, and that's why they are important for us. Now, how we can develop students' leadership skills? Because as we understand that these skills are essential, and in all the schools and colleges and educational institutions, students' leaders must be there. Then how we can develop? Because these skills are not something that is like born skills, that you should be born with these skills. These can be developed anytime. It can be acquired anytime. So the best way is that we can conduct lots of workshops, lots of training programs for them, especially for the student leaders, and then we can see the differences, that how these workshops and how these training programs are going to help these students. We can conduct lots of extracurricular activities where they will be getting the chance to express themselves or to showcase their leadership skills. We can have lots of mentorship programs where these students can be treated as mentor, and they can be the mentor of the junior students. And at the same time, we can assign the teachers or the staff members who can be the mentor of these student leaders. So we can have these mentorship programs. Then we can give them the volunteering opportunities. This is very, very important because once they get the chance to volunteer for some programs, for some events, or maybe even for teaching to the junior students or those who are weak in the studies, even if they get the chance to help them. So these voluntary opportunities are going to enhance their skills in the great way. So these are some of the ways in which we can develop their leadership skills. If you talk about the student leaders, like we can see that Malala Yousafzai has proved herself as the student leader, where she has raised her voice against the discrimination, against the girls' education, and although she has got lots of threats, but still she tried her level best to continue her aim and then move ahead. There are many examples from the local communities as well, because not only these great personalities who have shown their leadership skills, but we find that even from the local communities. I can narrate one example that I have seen one student of IIT who has taken up the initiative in a very remote village of Bhubaneswar, and there it was like an innovative school he has started, where the children were taught how to embrace technology, and they have made one machine where they can clean the river water, because in Bhubaneswar, as we all know, that there is a river, and nowadays the people, they don't hesitate in making our rivers and ponds dirty. So these students of the village school, they were able to clean that with the help of that machine. So there are lots of these type of examples, local examples we can narrate, where we can see the students are showcasing their talents, leadership skills, and they are trying to solve this. If I talk about my experience as a principal of different schools, like I was heading the school in Delhi, and then I was heading a school in Sharjah, then I was heading a school in Ajman, then I was heading a school in Maldives. So there are lots of examples that I can cite here, I can narrate, where I have seen that how students leaders were successful in their endeavors. Whatever the management wanted, they were able to help us, and they were able to do that through their leadership skills. So I remember that there was a problem of with one of the teacher in one of the school, where the students were not ready to listen to that teacher. I don't know, sometimes the student, they develop some love for some teachers, and sometimes they develop some hatred for some teachers, and they all came in the groups to me as a principal, and they all complained, and then I went to see the class of that teacher, and I found that really the teacher was a good teacher, but he is little bit strict. And you will all agree with me, the students, they never like a strict teacher. They always want somebody who is very friendly, who is very frank, and who is a little easygoing teacher. So because of the strictness of that teacher, the students were not very happy. Then I tried my level best to convince them, and but still I found that they were, by their look, I found that they were not convinced. Then I called the class monitor to my chamber, and then I explained to him, and I said that this is for your benefit, that this teacher is a qualified and talented and dedicated teacher, and if in this way we are going to discourage our dedicated teachers, then others are also going to be demoralized, and then you will lose the good teachers from the school. So then he was convinced, and he went back to the class, and then he was able to convince all others, and it was really a great achievement, I can say, that where the students were able to understand our initiatives. So there were many cases where I have found that students have helped, and they have come forward to change the mindset of the other students. So these are the future generation leaders, so we have to prepare them for the students well in advance, because how they are going to face those challenges at the global level, at the global perspective. Everybody is talking about the global challenges. Who is going to take the initiative to face those challenges? Naturally, these students, those who are in our school or college. So if they are in our school and colleges, tomorrow they are going to take up in the real life situations. So let us make them aware, let us make them be responsible, so that they can understand their responsibility, and they can balance academic and leadership, they can set the positive example, and they can advocate for the positive change. And they will be able to resolve the conflicts. These are the responsibility, and My dear friends, while concluding this talk, I must tell you that the students, leaders have to be developed in all the institutions, because there are lots many benefits and there is lots many requirement and need for this. If we are neglecting this aspect of developing the leadership among our students, then of course we are going to raise a generation of the handicaps, or maybe I can say that generation of the insensitive people, those who don't have any understanding for the challenges and they are not ready to face those challenges. So it's important that we develop the leadership skills among the students and we unleash a leader in them while they are still in the school and the colleges, and while they are ready to move into the real life and face the real life challenges. I hope that this information is beneficial for all the edu leaders across the globe, and if you agree with me, then don't hesitate to contact us, because we are the ones who provide the leadership programs and leadership trainings to the students, whether it is online or offline, in both the modes. If you are interested to take our services for this type of leadership trainings, please contact us. Thank you very much. Take care and bye-bye.